by you. According to my churchy clock, it's the third Sunday of Advent, Sunday the 12th of December 2021. We're looking at the baptism of life change. A baptism of life change. A little bit of Luke chapter 3. Before we go on, the notices. This is an Anglican podcast after all. Notices are really the same. You will hopefully know by now that myself and Reverend Glenda have decided to err on the side of caution. I think it's proved right with this Omicron coming in from stage left. With regards to COVID restrictions and what we're going to put on over Christmas, we're going to stay with one service each Sunday and then stay with private prayer in that one place. We've added some extra Christmas things, but they're going to be outdoor Christmas things. So Christmas carols, concerts here, Christmas carol concert there. We are going to have a midnight mass. We are going to have a Christmas Day service, which really we want you to book for, because people who book will get precedence over come in, because we're running at half capacity. So we're doing some Christmas things, but they are sort of obviously restricted because we're still in COVID times. The things that we've planned, we're hoping if any restrictions get, sort of added to us, we won't need to cancel anything that we're doing for Christmas. So Christmas as is, even if restrictions ramp up a little bit, we trust that we'll be able to sort of continue those. With regards to ministry eras, if you've been following the story, you will know that as we go from December into January, things change. On January the 1st, a new decree comes in that makes us part of the ministry area with Aberkenfig, Garrow and Ogre Valleys. We've had the last PCCs here, though we'll still meet as sort of church groups when this new ministry area council is built that looks after the new ministry area. But yeah, it's going to be a change in moving from a parish system to a ministry area system. As such, electoral roll forms are out. If you want to sign up to be a member of the new ministry area, an electoral roll form is out. You only really need to be part of the electoral roll if you want to vote, if you want to join a ministry area committee. If you just want to come to church on a Sunday, be part of the congregation, join in some of the activities you don't need, but the electoral roll forms are there for you should you need them. A ministry area transition team with representatives from all over the ministry area are going to take us through into building a new ministry area. So chat to them if you want more information about what is going on, or go to the ministry area page on the website. That will be kept updated, tells you what's going on, and lets you look into the other parishes that we're going to join with, so you can see your brothers and sisters in other places who are going to become part of the family. Their websites and Facebook pages are all linked there, so you can get a feel for what we're going to become part of. And remember, as long as we are in COVID restrictions, we're going to be online like this, as well as meeting where we can. But if there are people who who would like this message, but they can't access because of the technology, let Judy know. Let Judy, the parish secretary, know, and she'll send stuff out for you to be able to sort of have the word in front of you. And as ever, myself and Glenda, if you want to chat, we can speak to you on the phone. We'll come around for a cup of tea. We're allowed to do that. We're sort of limiting how many places we go in a day. But, if you're just at the end of your tether and you just want to chat and pray, call. Please call. Who would have thought that 1 year ago, going into Christmas, we'd still, 1 year on, be restricted, and COVID would still be shaping our lives to the extent it has. Hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. Right, let's have that Gospel of Luke now. You're sitting down and holding on. Let me read to you. When crowds of people came out for baptism because it was the popular thing to do, John exploded. John the Baptist says, "Brood of snakes, what do you think you're doing, slithering down here to the river? Do you think a little water on your snake skins is going to deflect God's judgment? It's your life that must change, not your skin. And don't think you can pull rank by claiming Abraham as father. Being a child of Abraham is neither here nor there. Children of Abraham are a dime a dozen. It's a bit American, isn't it? God can make children from stones if he wants. What counts is your life. Is it green and flourishing? Because if it's dead wood, it goes on the fire. The crowd asked him, "What, then, are we supposed to do?" "If you have 2 coats, give one away," he said. "Do the same with your food." Taxmen also came to be baptized and said, "Teacher, what should we do?" He told them, "No more extortion. Collect only what is required by law." Soldiers asked him, "And what should we do?" He told them, "No harassment, no blackmail, and be content with your rations." The interest of the people by now was building. They were all beginning to wonder, could this John be the Messiah? But John intervened. "I'm baptizing you here in the river. The main character in this drama, to whom I'm a mere stagehand, will ignite the kingdom life. A fire, the Holy Spirit within you, changing you from the inside out. He's going to clean house, make a clean sweep of your lives. He'll place everything true in its proper place before God. Everything false he'll put out with the trash to be burned." There was a lot more of this. Words that gave strength to the people. Words that put heart in them. The message. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. All right, here's my thought that sort of bubbled up as I was sort of reading through and thinking, what can we talk about this time? Let's revisit some definitions to start with before we go into that gospel reading. Start with a simple question, okay? Ready for this? What is the church? What is the church? Simple question. What answer would you give? I'd say it's not simply the building. It comes from the Greek word. It's good to go back to the Greek, isn't it? Ecclesia, which comes from 2 other Greek words, which are put together. Ex, which means out, exit, that kind of thing, and kalos, which means to call. It therefore means a group of called out people, and was in gospel times. It was a business term. We borrowed it, really. It was used to describe the Roman community council. Matthew first uses it in his gospel to describe gatherings of Christians as they were about the work of Jesus. So therefore, church, it's not a service, it's not a time, it's not a place, it's more fuller description should be along the lines of Christians up to Jesus' work. A gang of called out people, yeah, up to something. Another question for you, okay? What is a Christian? What is a Christian? What would your answer to that be? Mine goes something like this. Not somebody who's born in the United Kingdom necessarily. Some people believe that. Not simply a good person. Some people believe that. Not necessarily somebody who attends a particular church. Controversial, yes. Going to church doesn't make you a Christian in the same way that standing in a garage doesn't make you a car. Yeah? Simply, a Christian is a follower of Jesus. Clues in the name. Christian, somebody who's repented of their sins, acknowledges Jesus as their Lord and Saviour. Basically, somebody who is sorry for what they've done, has turned their back on all that. Therefore, right, hold on for this bit, they have become holy, which is from the Greek hagios and means different or set apart. As a Christian, you are forgiven, okay, and guaranteed a place in heaven because you have accepted what Jesus has done for you on the cross at Easter. Yeah? A Christian is therefore a person who has Jesus as their life coach. We talked about that before, didn't we? Somebody who is living life for Jesus and working for him. Yeah? That, I would say, is the full answer of what a Christian is. Another question for you. Okay. What then is the work or the job of a Christian? What would you say is the work or the job of a Christian? Some Christians I know are hungry to convert the heathen. They see the world as them and us, as saved and unsaved. Pretty black and white, yeah? If we do not get to the sinners before their time, they will be lost forever. It's on us. Quick, let's get them. Some Christians, on the other hand, I know are sort of gentler, shall we say, really struggling in these liberal times, and I use that word carefully, when the world seems to be going against the Bible, which is our handbook. They see God as declaring things like marriage and Sabbath and male and female, and these are being challenged relentlessly. Jesus left a command, which is probably the best definition that we can run with. A new commandment I give to you, love one another. By this, all will know that you were my disciples. You can turn it into a song, that, yeah? Now, in Greek, there are 4 different words that get rendered into English as love. They've got 4 words for love, and we just turn it into 1 word for love. And the word love that Jesus uses in this little bit of a new commandment is agape. So it's not parental love, that's one type of love. It's not friendship love, which is another second kind of love. It's not sexual love, which is another one. But agape love, I will die for you, you before me. That kind of power of love. Final question. What does this agape love look like? What is this agape love that Jesus commands us as Christians, as a church, to follow? Well, John the Baptist alludes to it here. If you have 2 coats, then share one with anybody who has none. Makes sense. You can't wear 2 coats at once. If you have more than enough food, then share with those without. If you have too much and they have none, it's not the best. It's not a good look, is it? If you're a tax collector, collect what you have to keep society going. We all have to pay our taxes, but don't line your own pockets. Somebody has to collect the tax, so do it well. Soldiers, John the Baptist says, you've got lots of authority and power, so don't abuse your position. We've all got little bits of power. Don't abuse your position. Basically, the big idea here is share what you have, okay? Share who you are, yeah? Share what you know. Share your time and money and skills. Lots of people keep stuff back. They keep powerful by, I'll just give it a little bit. I'll just give it a little bit. Jesus says, give it all. Give it all. Give it all. Yeah? As we move through Advent, I'm beginning to sum up now, okay? And we prepare for the festive season. As a reality check, maybe we could ask God to show us where we do share and where we do not share, so we can modify our behaviour and be the best Christians we can possibly be. We can do it for ourselves personally, in our family situations. We can do it as members of church congregations, Are there people that we could help in our church congregations? And I think certainly as time goes on, we'll be able to do it as a ministry area. What gifts and skills have we got here that we can help our brothers and sisters with, and vice versa? As we move through Advent and thinking about what is church, what is Christian, what is the work of being a Christian, what is it all about? As we move through Advent and we prepare for the festive season, as a reality check, just sit there and say, Lord, where do I share? And where actually do I need to sort of realise I'm holding on to stuff and I need to share a bit more? Because we need to be We should be wanting to be the best Christians, the best friends of Jesus we can possibly be. And that begins with, just like Jesus shared everything, we should share as well. Okay? Something to have a think about. Questions. Catherine, 4 questions. What do you make, question number 1, of the suggested definition of church? I told you what I think. Thought long and hard about it, you know. What do you think about that definition? Secondly, what do you make of my suggested definition of Christian? Again, thought long and hard about it. What do you think about it? Agape love, you know. What do you think of my suggested definition of agape love? Yeah, like I said, I thought long and hard about it. I see, you know, it at the root of what John is saying, you know. What do you think? And number 4, how good are you at sharing? How good are you at sharing? That might be when you need to close your eyes and ask God to tell you, because we've all got blind spots. How good are you at sharing? There we go. It's a thinking time, Advent, so have a think about those things. Song for the day. One of the things that we can do is we can get distracted, and we need to remember everything we do in church is about Jesus and his teaching and his care. If we make it about the money and the service times, if we make it about what we can get, if we make it about we don't want to change, you know, if we miss the point, you know, we miss the point. Everything we do in church is about Jesus. Jesus gave us everything for us, then set up the church, and we as the church should, you know, keep him at the centre. So let's sing about Jesus. This is sort of a modern take of an older song. Let's sing, "Oh come, let us adore him. Oh come, let us adore him." So it's a modern take of a Christmas classic. See what you make of it. I'll bolt it on at the end. For us to finish up with today, a prayer. So close your eyes as I pray slowly for us. Dear God, thank you for sending John the Baptist to get the way ready for Jesus. Thank you for sending Jesus to build the church so that on earth there would always be a Christian family for us to be part of. Help us to share the amazing news of this family by sharing what we have. Amen. Amen. Right, I wish you well in your Advent and Christmas preparations. I trust COVID will not come across your door. We will be here for you online and in person for anything that you can sort of come along to or tune into. Keep well, keep safe, and we'll see you soon.
Let's lift up our hands this morning. And oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Oh, come. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. For you long, for you